Hi everyone, I'm Gabrielle Ornate and this is Melody of Music Quickfire Questions. So I've got my questions in this Mad Hatter's top hat, very industrial and dystopian. Let's see the first question. Favourite artist? Such a tough one. I have to say my favourite all-time artist is probably the Beatles, but I also really love Steely Dan and also Boards of Canada. Who would you most like to collaborate with? Off the top of my head, I feel like Wolf Alice would be a great collab because our music has a similar ethereal energy and I feel like we would harmonise really nicely together. But also I think Nova Twins would be an epic collab, especially with some of the more gothic songs that I have. I feel like that would be a really cool combination of genres. Best concert you've seen? I mean, Muse were really epic. I saw them about 10 to 15 years ago at the Emirates Stadium with my best friend and dad. Random combo, but we were all big fans of Muse. And I just remember that performance really stuck with me for ages, actually. I just thought they performed so amazingly and also the theatrics of the show were really impressive. What is your favourite song you've written? Now this is a really hard one because all of my songs are quite different. I feel like I blur the lines between genres, so some of my songs are on the darker, more gothic end, and other tracks of mine are lighter, more uplifting and ethereal. But I guess if I had to pick, it would probably be Phantasm. I just love that initial guitar riff that Orlando and I came up with. I think it's so mystical sounding and I do really like the chorus melody. So yeah, Phantasm it is. Who inspired you to make music? I think I've always gravitated towards music. Even when I was a toddler, I was messing about on my grandparents' upright piano, thinking I sounded really avant-garde at the time. And also I'd be making up melodies to myself in the buggy. My grandma has some tape recordings of me doing so. So I think I just had a natural affinity to making music and writing songs. But in terms of pursuing this as a career, I mean, I've mentioned them before, but the Beatles, they are so inspiring to me. I love how their music encompasses a whole range of genres, and even though they experiment with so many different styles, all of their songs are so uniquely them. They have such a signature sound, and that's what I'm really inspired by. Favourite venue you've performed at? I mean, there have been lots of cool classic venues, to be honest. Probably the O2 Islington. That was really fun. I played there quite a few years ago now, but it's such an epic space and I just really enjoyed the atmosphere. Why did you get into music? As I've mentioned, I've always felt this affinity to making music, so it's something that is just naturally within me, the desire to be creative and get my thoughts out in the form of songs. It's definitely therapeutic and cathartic to me, and also I just get inspired by life and I naturally channel that into songs. It's just something that is so natural to me and I've always been so passionate about it. I feel like that passion will just never die. Melody or lyrics first? For me, it's always been melody first. As I mentioned in a previous question, I always gravitated towards coming up with melodies. Even when I was a toddler in the buggy, I'd just be singing tunes to myself that I'd come up with. But as I've developed as a songwriter, I've come to really appreciate and value excellent lyricism. It's kind of the cherry on top. It's what makes a great song. I feel like there are plenty of songs that have catchy melodies and they work, they're usually successful. But if you have a really catchy song with a meaningful, deep lyric, that is the creme de la creme. And it makes me resonate with the song on a deeper level. What 3 words describe your sound? I would say punchy, maximalist, and ethereal. Lastly, if you could cover any other song featuring on Melody of Music, which would you choose? I don't know if this means an artist that is featured already on Melody of Music, or whether it's just any song. At the moment, I'm quite enjoying turning songs on their head. So covering a song that's a bit more unexpected, but in a unique way that has my signature sound. So I really like the song Can't Fight the Moonlight by Leanne Rimes. And I think it would be really cool if I did a Gabrielle Ornate cover, because I'd make it sound a bit darker and more gothic, more mystical and ethereal in terms of the production and the general arrangement. So yeah, that's my song of choice. That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed my answers to Melody of Music quickfire questions.